Comedy Radio Show also brought to you by Two Eagles Auto Body. For more than 25 years, Two Eagles Auto Body has been the leader in auto body repairs and customer satisfaction on Long Island. Two Eagles Auto Body handles every type of auto repair, from custom applications and restorations to repairs involving insurance claims. So call Two Eagles Auto Body and ask for John Rossi at 516-328-2527. The Knockem Dead Comedy Radio Show is brought to you by the Roslyn Social, North Shore's premier rooftop lounge, located in the heart of Roslyn Village at 1363 Old Northern Boulevard. Give them a call, 516-801-4963, and say hi to Nick. Fantastic food, great atmosphere, just a great time all around. Knockem Dead Comedy
Radio. Experience at a Knockem Dead Comedy Murder Mystery Show. Suspense, excitement, love, more love, violence. Well, not really. And, of course, some music. Knockem Dead Comedy is the #1 murder mystery troupe, entertaining thousands of people for over 20 years.
You have a great night or what? Good.
Their hilarious murder mystery shows are full of audience interaction from beginning to end that will keep you laughing all night long. Their shows are not to be missed. Knockem Dead Comedy's murder mystery themes include a mob show, a redneck wedding, a high school reunion, a family reunion with a luau theme, or your own custom show.
Johnny, you have a good time tonight or what?
I had an awesome time.
All right. She had a great time. KDC, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah, all right.
Fundraisers, private parties, corporate events, restaurants, and more. Contact Knockem Dead Comedy for your event today.
This is Cubs Radio.
Cubs Radio.
Okay, we'll just do that for now.
Hey, how do you say there, people? It's Johnny Brennan, creator of the Jerky Boys, also of Fox TV's Family Guy fame. I just want to let you know you're listening to Tony and Sallie on the Knockem Dead radio show. They're gonna keep knocking them dead, so keep listening, you wacky sons of bitch. Right there. Over and out there, sweet Charlie. Hey, how do you say there, people?
3-2 to Mookie Wilson. Little roller up along first, behind the bag. It gets through Buckner. Here comes Knight, and the Mets win it.
Hello, Tony. Mookie Wilson here, 1986 Mets. How you doing? Long time no see, man. Hey, man, I miss you guys, man, at Knockem Day Comedy Radio, man. I miss you. I wish I was still up there, man. But I'll wait till it warm up a little bit, and hopefully this year things will be a little bit better, man. But when we're talking about comedy, hey, the early years of Mets was a lot to laugh about. You had to make a lot of comedy off those guys. Hey, hope to see you guys during the summer, and hopefully get back on the show, man, at some point in time during the course of the year, all right? All right? Yeah, fine. Contact me, man. All right, Tony. Talk to you later.
It's Tuesday. I was just drinking some water. And it's Tuesday trivia. And
did you do it?
Did I do what?
Get the trivia questions.
Yeah.
Remember you said you still had to do it?
Who are you talking to?
A trivia professional getter.
That's me. Hi, it's Tuesday. It's
March 1st.
March 1st. The first day of March. Welcome to March.
March. What a weird word.
Tell him Larch March sent you. Welcome to the Knockem Dead Comedy Podcast, coming at you live on Gov's Comedy Club Podcast. That is the name of the Facebook page. That is the name of the YouTube channel. Go to the YouTube channel. That's where we're interacting with you guys. Please like and share the show. I'm trying to point at the graphic that's not there.
Oh, and I was just going to FaceTime while you were...
Please like and share the show. FaceTime with who?
I don't know. Anyone.
What?
Anyone.
You're going to FaceTime with anyone?
I'm kidding.
I know you're kidding, but I just didn't get it.
So this
one? Well, you just want that by itself? You don't want the other graphics?
What are the graphics?
Go to...
I thought it was this one.
No, it's the one with the hotline, I think.
Oh, all right.
I think that's the one.
Okay.
Yeah, there it is, right under Sallie, right... no, not by her boobs. Just a little under her boobs.
Well, my boobs are old, so they're down there.
They're not down there. We don't step on them. But the graphics there. Please like and share our show. And please just copy the link and post it all over your social media pages. And tell everybody you know about the Knockem Dead Comedy Podcast and about Gov's Comedy Club Podcasts. Go to the YouTube channel because that's where we're interacting with you. We're going to read your comments and hang out with you and talk to you. So please hit that heart, or not the heart, the thumbs up. And subscribe to the page and share all the shows here. It's Tuesday Trivia. Go to govs.com, by the way, and check out their schedule. All the great comedians who are performing at the clubs this weekend, like Carrie Karavis and Tim Saliani and Carla Okerson and Rich Rader and Mick Thomas and Joe DeVito. There, if you go to the Brokerage in Belmore, if you go to McGuire's in Bohemia, or the legendary Governors in Levittown, you'll see those great comedians and more.
More.
Go to govs.com, check out their full schedule, and make your reservations. As well as April Feist. Oh! Beansy says, I never like sharing.
Do you think
he's talking about his lunch.
Do you think like his wife and his mother and his mother-in-law, do you think they just bring him food and then they have to stand back because they can't even eat with him because he has to eat it all?
Oh, yeah. They make him whatever he wants, and then after they serve it to him, they go back and make their own food. And they have to not only make it, but they have to finish eating it before he finishes and starts asking for more stuff.
And then they have to clean.
Right.
He should have the, if you cook for me, I'll clean up rule. I like that rule. We kind of have that rule.
There is no way Beansy does that.
Anyway, back to March, April 1st.
A month from today, come check out Knockem Dead Comedy performing our hilarious mob-themed murder mystery where there's a wedding involved. This is our most popular show excuse me, have never heard a bad word about it.
I haven't heard a bad word about any of your shows. Don't be hard on yourself.
Well,
they're great shows.
Okay,
and they're very different. You have a redneck wedding. You have
we have an '80s theme show. We have a luau theme show. It's been years, but we've had growing pains like everything else.
Not anymore.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's been
decades
years.
ago.
It's been years. Yeah, it's a great show. We have a great time, and if you enjoy Governors and the comedy clubs, wait till you see Jeff Bosey in this show. He's going to steal the show. I promise you that.
Yeah, so go to Governors and get your ticket.
Govs.com, March 1st, and order your tickets for the Murder Mystery with Knockem Dead Comedy. And also, while you're at Govs.com, we are 2 weeks from today is where the big improv class, that's when the improv class starts with our pal John Dorsick. So again, go to Govs.com. If you just go to schedule, they have all their classes and shows all just in their schedule. It's all on the same page. So just scroll down. Everything's in chronological order. That's where you'll find all the the show dates. That's where you'll find the dates for the comedy class with John Truson. And now that is where you'll find the improv class with John Dorsick. You guys have seen John Dorsick here.
He's a master of improv.
Some of you guys may have seen him performing in improv or maybe some stage stuff. I've seen him do improv many times. He's worked with Knockem Dead as well. He is
phenomenal.
Yeah, he really is fantastic.
And what is it? 6 classes? Like it's every Monday night for a bit?
Every Tuesday night.
Tuesday night?
March 15th through April 26th, if I'm not mistaken. And then after that, there'll be a graduation show, which I think is going to be in the big room. I'm not positive, but I'm pretty sure that's where it's going to be. So that's a good deal, just like all the classes do. They have their run of classes, then they have a graduation show. And this is something a little different. You'll see a fun improv show. It's going to be great since John Dorsick is involved. So again, govs.com, baby, and check it out. So, oh, you know what? Let me thank you guys for watching yesterday, the Q&A with Elio. We had a good time. Elio's lovely Amy joined in.
It was a great show.
Thanks, baby.
You did a great job.
Thanks. Yeah, I enjoyed it. And I always enjoy talking to Elio.
You have a nice way of running a show, asking good questions, being a part, but letting them do their thing. Like it's a good gift you got going.
Elio, he wrote to me after, and he said, "You really are one of the best interviewers ever." He goes, "I'm not just saying that because of you."
Because you asked like really great, thoughtful questions.
I thought it was really nice. And then Charles Goonan has been posting. I did his podcast last week, and he just posted it yesterday. I haven't watched the whole thing yet.
Yeah, you had a busy day yesterday.
Yeah, because he edited it down, but I don't know if it's in the finished product or not. But while we were talking, he had mentioned the Kevin Pollak interview we did, and he was saying how much he enjoyed that.
Oh, good, yeah.
So that was it was kind of cool.
Mm-hmm.
Carol Roby Miner says, "Oh shoot, I missed yesterday."
Yay, Carol.
Beansy says, "Yep, especially that juicy steak ribeye."
You dick, Joe. I'm trying so hard.
Oh, it's killing me. Carol, yeah, well, we had the show yesterday, but the Elio thing was a separate show.
You can still see it.
Yeah,
Go
it's on
look it up.
It's on the
fun.
page. We did that at 3:00 yesterday. It was a separate thing.
I had to drive to New Hyde Park yesterday, so like there and back, I listened to it, and then I finished the rest last night. It was a good show.
And his longtime friend and bass player, Neil Fairclough, was there as well.
I love him.
Neil is also the current bass player for Queen. The Queen, not some tribute band. The actual band, Queen with Adam Lambert. Neil is the bass player.
He's funny, smart, and down to earth.
Yeah, it was kind of a thrill for him to be there because I've been trying to get him for an interview for a long time, and I have to admit it was a surprise for me too. So I wasn't prepared.
Oh yeah, but
plus it was an Elio
love
thing
his
anyway.
Stuff,
so
yeah,
I would like to talk to him more. He's also part of the band called the Deccan Traps. We've played some of the music on this show.
That's the great thing about you interviewing people in the music industry, because you really are completely on top of it just because you love it so much.
I am a big music buff.
Yes.
Yeah, but you know, as much as I enjoy talking to musicians, but I enjoy talking to other people too. Like Kevin Pollak, that was cool.
Yeah.
Although we do have another music guy in the works.
Oh.
And hopefully it happens. Should I just leave it at that for now?
Yeah.
Okay. Good morning, all, says HMG. Who's that? Who's HMG? Oh, that's Kirsten, right?
Hey, Kirsten.
And Joe's saying good morning to everybody. All right, cool. All right, what do you got?
What do you got?
I got Ned Eisenberg is dead
Who?
of cancer at age 65.
Ned Eisenberg.
Ned Eisenberg.
Berg.
What?
Not Burger.
No, just Berg. Ned Eisenberg. He's an actor.
Burgermeister. That's what I'm thinking.
You're racist. You'll know his face. He's an actor. He's been around on a lot of things.
What's Ned short for?
Beatty.
No.
You don't recognize this guy?
No. What's he been in?
He's been in Law and Order.
Oh, so he's an actor.
Yeah, he's just been all over the place. He was in.
Maybe because he's smiling so much. Does he not
I'm trying to
smile
look,
much?
Yeah, I'm trying to look
as
for a
an
more
actor?
serious picture.
Because I feel like maybe I'd recognize his face if he was more serious.
Do you remember on The Sopranos when I think it was the very first season, they were fighting with those Jewish guys that like owned a hotel?
Mm-hmm.
He was one of those guys, but he's been in a million things. If I'm not mistaken, I think he was even like in The Greatest American Hero. I think that's how far back
he died
was.
at 62. Did you say?
65. He had cancer. Is that any better?
Nah.
No. Yeah, he's
Anyway,
been in Law and
sorry,
Order. He's been in a bunch of stuff. Died of cancer. He may have had a couple of different types of cancer. I forget, but
Anyone know what Ned is short for? Tell me.
why does it have to be short for something?
No one
Maybe
just
that's the
says,
whole
"Oh,
name.
your name's Ned." Like Nathaniel wouldn't make sense. That would be Nat.
Nat or Nathan, yeah. Ned, Nettle, Neddle, Nedenthy,
Nedalicious. You got butt called from your son.
Yeah, should I call him back to see if everything's all right? While we're on the air. No?
Okay. We got trivia, man.
It's Tuesday trivia.
Screwing
That's right.
around. But
all right.
you're like in the land of fuckery. Get this stuff going.
Mask mandates in schools here in New York, anyway, ends tomorrow. Exciting. I went to the Department of Motor Vehicles this morning. I had to renew my license. They took a new picture, by the way.
With your glasses?
No, they told me to take my glasses off.
And could you read the eye chart without your glasses?
They didn't ask me to read the eye chart.
Oh. Okay.
But I just thought you'd be happy that there'd be
a
new picture.
I'm not happy. I love that picture. The first time, and I know we've talked about it before, but like, okay, me and Tony are in 10 years in a relationship.
Yes, we are.
And the first time I saw his license, I seriously, in like 5 seconds, I questioned whether you'd been in jail. Like, I'm not even kidding. Like, I was like, oh, like it looks like every mug shot of a violent criminal you've ever seen.
I'll show you.
And he's had this, like, what? Is that 20s, 30s?
What, the picture?
Yeah. How old were you? It's not an 18-year-old picture.
It's after amputation. And the amputation was, I was 35.
Okay.
When I had the amputation.
So, like, 37.
Actually, is it before the amputation?
I think you were like 42 when I met you.
I think it's after the amputation. But yeah, it does.
You got to see this.
It does kind of look like a mugshot.
It's scary. Like if he was wandering outside my house. Yeah, look at just look at that. Yeah. Is that unreal? So I remember looking at it, I was like, oh, license. You're going through like your cute boyfriend's wallet.
Yeah,
and I'm like,
she's just looking through my wallet to see what she can find.
So I'm like looking through and I take out the thing.
women.
And I literally went, ah. Yeah, no pictures of other women in your wallet. So yeah, did you get to see it? Or
No.
Oh, they just take it and make you leave. How did it go? How was your DMV
So
experience?
so anyway, so I bring it up because there were hardly anybody wearing masks.
Yeah.
So that was nice. Carol says, "Wow."
I know. Like, I'm not.
No, I think she's like, "Wow." Like, wow.
No. I think she's like hiding the silver in her house. That kind of wow.
Hiding the silver.
Yeah. And I just wanted you guys to know, I'm not an exaggerator. That picture's something.
She is an exaggerator, but
I am not.
But it's still something. No, you are.
I'm not. I just feel things passionately when I tell a story. It's the Irish thing.
Kirsten says she looks like a 60-year-old woman in her license because she had short hair.
Oh, yeah.
That looks like the person wanted in my local post office.
It's scary, yeah.
When I went to DMV, they asked me to read the bottom line. I said, sure, made in the USA.
Yeah, like you look like you, like behind the picture because you're like this. You're like, and you look like in your right hand, not in the picture, is like a lead pipe. Like that's what you look like.
But she's not an exaggerator.
That's not an exaggeration. You look at the picture, you just assume you have a lead pipe in your hand. Not in the picture.
I have a pipe in my hand, all right.
Yeah, baby.
Ned,
definitely hiding the silver.
Just don't hide the Buc-ee's chocolate with peanut butter.
Or the bugles covered with vanilla.
Yeah, the bugle's covered in vagina.
So good.
Beansy says Edward. Ned is short for Edward.
No shit. I knew it was something weird.
I'm not buying
like
it.
Dick and Richard.
Maybe.
Edward is Ned. Are you sure?
I don't know. It's Beansy. Now who's calling you?
Now it's Sam.
You want to answer? Put him on speaker.
Hey.
Hey. I'm okay. So.
You're on the air, by the way.
Oh, really? Cool. Well, it's kind of funny. I didn't need to come to school today.
Why? Today's a day off?
Yeah, so I thought my first class was just off, right? So then, I'm doing homework and stuff in the library, and then, I'm checking the announcements for my second class, and it says it's canceled too, so...
Do you know why it was canceled? Oh, yeah, and you had to get up at 7. Oh, 6:30. What? Why was it canceled? Is today a holiday?
I have no idea. There's so many people here.
Oh, you just, your 2 classes were canceled. All right. Well, sorry, man. Tony thinks it's funny.
It's kind of funny.
Okay. Thanks for calling. Love you.
Goodbye.
So why is me calling Zach fuckery, but you can talk to him?
I don't know. Oh. Because you told me to. You said put him on the air.
I did. I know. I was
okay.
joking. Kara said she's going to send us some.
I love Sam because, yay, Sam. Every time he calls me, he goes. I say,
I'm okay.
Hey, how are you? He goes, I'm okay. And because he knows that I'm gonna worry that he's in a car crash or something, he just gets it out of the way. I'm okay.
Well, you do that with me when I call you.
I do.
Are you okay? If I call you go, hi, you okay? Yeah.
And then if I call
you call me, you're like, hi, I'm okay.
I'm okay.
Okay. I wasn't thinking that I wasn't exaggerating and thinking that maybe you got hit by a bus.
Well, you know why?
Or attacked by a bear.
You know why I do it? Is when I so when I had Sam, this is a little bit of a story, so sorry, but it's a good story and it'll make you be better people to the people you love, so it's worth it. When I had Sam, he was a pound when he was born, so it was crazy. He was in the ICU for 2 months, and every day for a few weeks they could not guarantee that he wasn't going to die that day, because he was literally that big. And so every day I would spend hours and hours and hours with him. And then whatever nurse came on the night shift, she would call to tell me how things were going. And it would be a different nurse all the time. But she would call. You get a call from the hospital, you just know it's going to be really sorry. We tried. He passed away.
Yeah, but this went on for a while.
This went on for
it didn't just become kind of routine that the hospital's calling to
because the first couple of weeks I would one time I came in, he was 3 weeks old, and the nurse was we almost lost him twice in the last couple hours. I wasn't just sensitive about it. Like and you sit in the NICU and like, you know, babies don't make it. You know, they go by like discreetly. You know, and they don't make it. They don't make it. You know, so for a couple of weeks I would like, after Sam was born, he was about a year after we were out of the hospital. Children's Hospital called me and asked me if I wanted to work for them in that same unit. And I did that for like a while, where I was a parent services coordinator, and I was like kind of like the liaison between the parents that were, you know, there for their baby and the doctors and nurses. And it was a great thing because I could give like the perspective of the parent.
Right.
And I could help the parents. Like, for example, like the first thing I did was, seriously, you're going to charge this family every day for parking for the 2 months they're going to be in here? You know, stuff like that. Like, I like changed like a lot of things that like made like the families, like their lives better. I wasn't medical at all. I just saw their perspective and helped them. So, and other things too, just like I remember like one time there was a lady on bed rest for a long time, and she just wouldn't. It was like weeks she was there, and she just was so distraught that her baby might be born early, and the baby was like going to be at that time a 32-weeker, which is just like a couple of weeks early.
I was going to say that's nothing.
The baby's like this big, and in her head she was like, I'm going to have a premature baby. Like,
is it your job to tell her to get out and so we can make space for people with real problems?
Yeah. So finally, like the nurses were like, we don't know what to do for her anymore. She's just so worried.
Get out.
So I was like, can we put her in a wheelchair? And they're like, yeah, sure. Why? So I'm like, well, we're going to go window shopping. So I took this woman up to the NICU, like masked her, like everything. And we just went around. I'm like, this one's a 32-weeker. And she was like, are you kidding me? I'm like, yeah.
Did she apologize for wasting your time?
That woman is like holding her baby. It's fine. It's eating. It's, you know, everything's fine. And she was like the whole like rest of the time she was on bed rest, everything was different. So like that's kind of my work. That's what I did.
Your baby will be climbing trees in no time like mine.
Yeah. So, but one of the things that I definitely changed is I sat everyone down and I'm like, any contact you ever have where you have a little bit of a story to tell the family, whether you're going to like change their medication or whether you're going to do a different program or you're telling about the baby's day, you have to begin by saying, your baby's doing great today.
Right, because if they look, they see...
Because
the hospital's calling.
They don't hear you. The whole 2 minutes you're talking to them, they're waiting for the other shoe to drop. They're just doing that. So if you want... I don't want to hear anymore that, like, I told the family that and they didn't hear it. Like, of course they didn't hear it.
You do that to me all the time. If I start to tell you something that happened... wait a minute. Just tell me that everybody's okay first. Everybody's okay. Now just listen to my story.
Yeah.
Like, if somebody was dead, I think I would have said that first.
But they don't, you know? And so, yeah, like, no, they don't. Because I've heard them do the death talk.
So somebody would call the family, talk for 5 minutes, and then tell them, oh, by the way,
they'll tell them all the things that they did to try to save the baby. And at the end of the sentence...
Did they try to eat the baby?
At the end of 3 sentences will either be... but we were able to stabilize him, or, so I'm so sorry he passed. Like, don't do that. Don't do it. Because they're immediately thinking the baby died. So it's like, so anyway, so yeah, so I always do that because you, like, never know. Long story.
So so it was nice to see no masks, or mostly no masks in the DMV. I saw one of the women behind the counter, somebody I know. I had no idea that she worked there.
Where did you know her from?
She lived in my neighborhood.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
In the A section?
No, in Wanta.
Oh, all right.
So she came over to make sure, she didn't know what I was there for, so she came over to make sure everything was good.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, thank you. Rose, that's her name. I said, thank you, Rose. So she, at another point she had walked by, and I don't know if I was supposed to hear this, but she goes to the other ladies in the vicinity. She goes, it's got to be 5 o'clock somewhere. And at this point, it's like
Oh my God!
It's not
So
even
she's
9 o'clock
like
this
drinking
morning.
vodka in the morning.
So I don't know if I was supposed to hear it or not, but I go, well, come on, it can't be that bad. And they all kind of rolled their eyes. She was, and I said something about how DMV, like, you know, I don't know if it's like this in the whole country, but here in New York, DMV is known for having like the most miserable people and the most miserable experience. But we've talked about it here before, where I always say DMV is nothing compared to Social Security.
Nothing.
So I said something like that.
You can't even take in.
Oh, it's ridiculous. So I mentioned something about that. I said, "Oh, it can't be that bad." I said, "You guys are a walk in the park compared to the Social Security." So that's why I know this woman Rose, because she has a daughter with Down syndrome.
Okay, yeah.
So we were both involved in the special needs world in Wanto.
Mm-hmm.
So she had turned to me and she goes, "Oh, you are so right."
Yep.
I said, "I know I'm right." This lady Rose, her husband died a few years back. So she was getting money.
Benefits
through him. But I'm not really clear on what happened because I think she also gets money for her daughter. So she swore this was true. She made $1 too much. And that led them to like investigate and whatnot. She now has to pay them back $9,000.
Yeah, that does not surprise me
it
at
just
all.
blew me away. And I said, "There's nothing you can do." She goes, "No." And I said, "Let me guess. You tried to go there and work this out, and it's just a nightmare." And she goes, "Yeah, that's exactly how it goes." Mm-hmm. I said, "Yeah, there is nothing worse than Social Security.
Nothing.
It's ridiculous.
It's almost like how they treat prisoners or something. You know, it's just it doesn't matter. Like you go up there and
well,
they'll be
it's
like,
just
"Oh,
figuratively screwed in the ass at Social Security."
Yeah, well, yeah, it's awful.
But yeah, we're happy there's no more masks. Carol says that it's 100% on point. SSI is a shit show. Oh yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. So it's like that down there in Texas too, Carol, or are you talking about when you were experiencing it up here? When did you move to Texas? I always forget what she says. I as far as that came out wrong. I always forget what she says. I don't listen to her. I always forget what she told us as far as when she moved down there. I can't seem to remember how long she's been there. I'm very thirsty today.
Yeah.
I'm almost.
Oh, really?
I pretty much finished this thing.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. But I got a couple of feel good stories.
You do?
I do.
Okay.
Before we get into trivia.
All right.
The Long Island High School of the Arts, the Long Island High School for the Arts, otherwise known as LIHSA, has been training Long Island students in the performing and visual arts since 1972. But 6 years ago, the school was at risk of closing until Long Island native and superstar singer Billy Joel donated $1 million from his foundation, the Billy Joel Foundation. Now Joel has pledged another $1.5 million to fund programs at the Nassau BOCES run school for 5 years.
Oh, nice. He just gave some to Syosset High School or something like 6 months ago. He does that all the time. It's really nice of him.
The foundation and Nassau BOCES will agree on the program specifics, which that's really cool. That's very cool.
What?
Where he's not just blindly giving money and who knows where it goes. His foundation and the BOCES will work together on where exactly that money's going.
Yeah.
And put together some programs.
That's
so that's
nice.
Cool. So
well, he's
nice
been taken
job.
advantage of a lot. I'm sure he's on top of that stuff.
Nice job, Billy Joel from Hicksville. Carol's been there since 2005, so 17 years. Wow. 2005, that's when I had my amputation. Another feel-good story that you'll like. Not that you didn't like the Billy Joel story.
I'm not going to get you a roll with butter anymore if you keep burping afterwards.
They've been little tiny burps. And they're just like, I got gas. They're just coming out.
Just
I can't.
shove it down deep inside.
I don't shove things deep inside. Well. In Babylon, New York, which is about 20 minutes southeast of us, it's Gina, Molly, lives in West Babylon.
Mm-hmm. A
dog who spent 890 days in the Babylon Animal Shelter has finally found his forever home.
Oh, my God.
890 days. It's
like a couple of years and almost 3 years. Maybe 3 years.
Yeah, it's a little shy of 3 years, yeah. A pit bull terrier mix who came to the shelter on September 13th, 2019 at 4 years old was adopted this past February 19th by his new owners, Emma and Harold Sampson. Before he was rescued, Finley is the name of the dog, spent the majority of his life outside, chained up in a pen. The only shelter he had was a small doghouse. When his owner passed away, Finley was found in his yard in horrible conditions, without food, without water, and there were maggots in his bowl. Believe it or not, the shelter was an upgrade for him, as crazy as that may sound. So the Sampsons went to the shelter on Valentine's Day and were originally interested in another dog. They happened to see a binder of other adoptable dogs by chance. What does that mean, a binder? And then they saw Finley's picture. The couple asked to meet him and were told to be cautious because he could be nervous around new people. But when he came into the room, he was carrying 2 tennis balls in his mouth.
Oh, that's so cute.
2.
I've seen it. I know a golden retriever who can hold 3. 3 tennis balls.
Is Plajanos watching?
Why?
Oh, because we're talking about balls in the mouth. Oh. So he comes into the room carrying 2 tennis balls in the mouth. And
I love pit bulls.
And Emma Sampson says, was that the name? Yeah, Emma Sampson says, we bonded. As soon as I saw that, we bonded right away. She could identify.
Is that the only reason you're reading the story?
It's not. It's not. I'm actually, I didn't even see that until now, which is why I'm laughing. He came in and he hopped on me and started licking my face. And I was like
2 balls in his mouth.
Finley has quickly adjusted to his new environment. On the day he went to his new home, Finley acted nervous in the car. But that same day, his owner said he was snuggling into their laps and fell asleep.
Nice. That's great. I love great foster dog stories.
That shelter's longest resident, Sandy, a tan pit bull mix, has been at the shelter, so he's still there, 900 days and counting.
Poor baby.
But at least Finley found his home. That's a nice story. There he is. Just trying to get someone in India to help get my email working, says Andy Plaginos. Good luck with that. Ask them if they have a dog with 2 balls in their mouth.
That's a great story.
Yeah, I thought you'd like that.
Man, people are like so afraid of getting foster dogs, and it's so ridiculous. Like to actually find it's like getting a boyfriend who's been treated like crap for 2 years, and then you're a normal person to them, and they're like so happy. That's what foster dogs are like. They know what it's like. Like I'll open up the door, and my dogs they won't run away down the road. They're like, I know what it's like out there. I'm just staying right here,
And plus, this dog is a pit mix who's 7 years old at this point.
Yeah, 7-year-old dogs are great. Like all the puppy stuff is done. What you see is what you get, and they're just great dogs. One of the dogs I board is a pit bull, and he's probably our favorite.
Oh, he's the best.
I love that dog.
The dog's name is Tequila. That just tells you how cool the dog is.
Yeah. And we've had her since I think she was like 2, and whenever her owner goes away, we have her. That dog is
so happy when she's dropped off there. She's thrilled to be
there.
there.
So if anyone needs anyone to board their dogs when they go on vacation, pick me, because let me tell you, the lady who owns the dog says that because she lives in town, right where we live, and she can't even walk the dog down my block anymore because it takes off and tries to come in our house.
Well, I haven't seen him yet, but ask Fremder. Fremder had his dog stay at your house for 8 years.
Yeah.
He'll tell you. If Sallie starts talking about breaking out the peanut butter.
Why does everyone go to that?
Because we're talking about balls in the mouth. Yeah, here's another story that I think is cool. I don't know if everybody will agree with it, but a town on Long Island called Glen Cove, which is kind of maybe almost directly north of us, probably about a half hour up. A little bit of money over there.
That far up?
Yeah, maybe.
Okay.
Give or take. As people around the world condemn and punish Russia for its unprovoked attack on the Ukraine, Long Island leaders are calling on the federal government to take action locally and expel Russian diplomats from the Kenilworth estate in Glen Cove. Kenilworth estate. President Biden expelled these Russians from Nassau County. Nassau County exec Bruce Blakeman said at a news conference outside the compound on Saturday, "We don't need them here. And let's get this property back on the tax rolls so the people of Nassau County and Glen Cove don't have to finance thugs and dictators and people who invade innocent countries."
All right.
Blakeman, who attended the event with U.S. Rep. Lee Zeldin and Glen Cove Mayor Pam Pazenbeck, said the country loses about $50,000 a year in tax revenue. There is reportedly a long-standing conflict with the city of Glen Cove over the property's tax status. Kenilworth, originally the home of late industrialist George Dupont Pratt, was purchased by the Soviet Union in the 1940s. For years, Russian diplomats used the estate as a holiday retreat. Oh, it's on DeSoris Lane. I know where that is. I've worked up there. Oh, it's beautiful up there.
Are you a communist?
Shh. Oh. So I didn't realize. Yeah, they've been having a long-standing conflict with the city of Glen Cove. That means maybe they're going to invade Glen Cove.
Oh, maybe.
The United States cannot let Putin's people doing his bidding to live in tax-free compounds on Long Island, said Zeldin, a Republican from Suffolk County and member of the House Foreign Affairs Committee. President Biden must immediately close Russia's Kenilworth estate and send their diplomats packing today. Here's something I didn't know. Back in 2016, then President Barack Obama shuttered 2 Russian compounds in the U.S. in retaliation for Kremlin interference in the presidential election.
What did he do to it?
He just said he shuttered.
Shuttered it?
What
does shuttered mean?
Like got rid of them?
I don't know.
Shuttered them out?
One thing that I'm really having a hard time with is I kind of thought so Wordle, right?
Yeah.
Wordle was bought out by the New York Times, and let me tell you, now like there are words I'm like, I never knew that word. I can't even tell you how many words I've gotten that I've had to look up in the last week.
Once you figure it out, it gives you a definition, doesn't it?
Oh, does it?
Doesn't it? I don't know. I've never played it except just looking over your shoulder a handful of times.
No, I always have to. I mean, I'll look, but I always have to go because I think they would assume everyone knows 5-letter words. You know?
No, I'm pretty sure they give a definition on the bottom.
Okay, good. Yeah, I'll definitely look there because I hadn't had to use that when whatever dumbass company that started this.
Maybe shuttered. They're saying shuttered because like Shutterbus, like he sent them out. But one of these properties was in Upper Brookville, which is up that way. So it was local. I never heard that Obama took action against these Russian bastards.
Well, Netflix is now not, like so many companies are not letting anything go to Russia anymore.
Well, what's Netflix doing?
Well, just not streaming to Russia.
They're not streaming to Russia?
Yeah.
So the innocent people who live there
Well, that's
now going to lose their Netflix because their leader is a douche?
Everyone's doing that. There's company after company that are not going to Russia anymore, and just kind of a way to get them to stop this. You know, everyone's doing their little part to annoy Russia. But to your point, it's true because I don't think a lot of the Russians want this to go on either. So, and Putin doesn't necessarily care what everyone has.
All right, I guess, but I mean, but now these innocent people, what they're supposed to. I don't know. What are they going to do?
Google has stopped stuff going to Russia. There's a lot of
really,
yeah, a lot of companies that they're not allowing advertising to take place. Facebook isn't allowing any advertisement from Russia. So.
Fremder, my dog is writing a sex novel right now. It's called 50 Shades of Greyhound. Not bad. You didn't like it? Beansy says, to be exact, it's 22.6 miles from Levittown. What is Glen Cove? Is that far?
Oh wow. I'm getting me too'd by Kirsten. What does that mean?
Who cares? Just take pictures of you getting me too'd by Kirsten. Yesterday, Adam Snare.
Yesterday.
Oh my God. Adam Snare posted something yesterday. Yesterday was the 39th anniversary of what he calls the greatest sitcom in the world coming to an end. The greatest sitcom of all time, MASH. 39 years ago yesterday is when MASH ended. From there, this is all because Donald got his Trump stuck in Vlad's Putin. I'm switching salad dressings.
No,
Yeah.
we're done. I'm done.
Yeah,
Just stop.
I thought the 50 Shades of Ground was decent. That one was just... what do you think? Do you think MASH was the greatest sitcom of all time?
I can't think of anything better.
Would you consider MASH a sitcom?
Well, it's a 30-minute comedy drama.
Yeah, I guess it would be then. James Thompson, if it didn't suck living in Russia before, it certainly does now.
I know. Yeah.
James, you should see your place, the Huntington Humidor. If you like cigars and spirits and the good life, head up there. By the way, great place. I don't even smoke cigars, and I enjoy hanging out there. And that would be the perfect place. Bring Putin and the Ukrainian leader, I forget that guy's name, but he's awesome. Get them together, bring them to the Huntington Humidor. They'll have a couple of smokes. They'll have a couple of drinks. There'll be peace within an hour.
Yeah.
And then James will walk out with his support goose.
Zelensky, right?
Is that his name?
I think so.
If anybody can make it happen, it's James Thompson.
Good plan.
So what do you think? MASH, Snare said it was the greatest sitcom of all time. What's the greatest sitcom of all time in your opinion? And I'm asking you guys that too. Oh. Speaking of TV shows.
You wrote this and you're like you look surprised.
I am because I wrote this yesterday.
Oh, okay.
And I had a very...
You're like, wow.
No, because I wrote this all yesterday, and then I had a really busy day yesterday because I had this show, had the Elio thing, and then I had something I had to do last night, and then something late. I had to do some self-direction stuff last night.
Yep.
Self-direction, insert your jokes there. So I had a crazy day, and then I had a busy morning, so I totally forgot about this. Speaking of TV, you should know what I'm talking about.
Nope.
The
State of the Union's on tonight.
I'm talking about something that you'll like even better than that.
Then the State of the Union? You know
Yes.
how I look forward to that every year.
I do, you nerd.
Okay.
I do. Something else.
Better Things premiered last night. Yeah, I know. I didn't want to bother you. You were having a busy day.
And then on top of that, Charlie Cox has confirmed that there's more to come with Daredevil. Charlie Cox is the actor that plays him.
Okay.
The show got canceled, didn't see him for a few years. Then all of a sudden he made the cameo in the latest Spider-Man movie. And the crowd, I'll never forget it, we're sitting there in the crowded movie theater watching the latest Spider-Man. All of a sudden
all these nerds.
They see Daredevil and all, people were clapping.
Grown men were like, yeah, crying.
I miss you, Daredevil.
Yeah.
I looked at you, I was like...
I know,
And
we're like...
And even Zach is sitting there.
Yeah.
Don Silver. Daredevil, you're awesome. Yeah, so the actor has confirmed that there's more to come. He has not said what or where or when or how, but He is coming back. James Thompson, thanks for the plug. You're welcome, pal. Anytime. Carol, the UN with Zelensky this morning with a standing O was powerful. Oh, was Zelensky at the UN? Oh, I didn't even know that.
Yeah, I'll have to watch that. I was reading about the new Supreme Court Justice nominee.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm like really
seems good.
excited for her. I can't imagine that she won't get the job. She just seems perfect.
Carol had to clarify what she meant by standing O because Fremder's on standing ovation. And then Fremder says he's never seen Daredevil. Oh, I get it. At first I bought into that.
Who hasn't seen Daredevil?
Fremder, but I think
Fremder.
I think that's a joke because the character is blind.
Oh.
I think that's what he meant. I'm not sure. What's your favorite sitcom?
You know, I'm just trying to think of like life-changing sitcoms.
You were a big MASH fan, weren't you?
I was a huge MASH fan.
Your favorite sitcom is The Brady Bunch.
Is that a sitcom?
Why wouldn't that be a sitcom?
Of all times. Yeah, I would say I loved The Brady Bunch. I loved MASH.
I liked early MASH better when it was sillier.
I liked middle MASH.
Middle MASH. He did the MASH. He did the middle MASH. I didn't like towards the end they get all
I don't
political.
like the end.
That one episode where they all have those weird dreams. Although I did like the episode where Hawkeye's, shut that chicken up.
Please don't talk about the chicken episode. I'm still not over that. I'm not over it. In fact, when you brought up MASH, I'm like, oh, fucking chicken episode. Because we were young when that was on. To see such raw. The show was beautiful. It was beautiful, and I think they handled so many situations perfectly. But we were 10? How old were we when MASH was on?
Well, it started in 72 or something, 73.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was on for a long time. So yeah, I was only 3 years old when it started, give or take. But yeah, you watch the reruns. It was really freaking funny in the early days, man.
Yeah.
I love that show.
Oh, and one of the Hot Lips Houlihan just died the other day.
That's from the movie.
From the movie.
From the movie, not the TV show.
Yeah, not the Swift.
Loretta Swit.
Swit?
Swit. SWITT.
Oh, really? Okay.
Swit. You're talking about...
That could have been a Wordle word.
The woman who died, you're talking about... what the hell's her name?
I can't think of it. The Cosby Show, I thought, was groundbreaking in so many ways. Really, amazing sitcoms that, changed your life.
She was in Back to School with Rodney. The hell was her name?
MASH, Brady Bunch, Cosby Show.
Sallie Kellerman. Oh, her name was Sallie.
Yeah.
You should have known that.
I know all Sallies. No, I don't.
Sally Brown.
From Charlie Brown?
Yeah, Charlie Brown's sister. Name is Sallie.
Mm-hmm.
Sally Field.
Yep.
Sally sells seashell by the seashore.
Mm-hmm.
The Brady Bunch was a fuckfest, says Fremder. Wow.
Oh, yeah, it kind of was.
Carol says MASH was so great. Welcome Back Kotter was her favorite. Beansies was the Honeymooners. Carol even had a MASH shirt with all the beads on it. What? I even had a MASH shirt with all the beads on it as a fringe. Oh, was big fashion back then. Also, Happy Endings, says Beansy. What?
What? Happy Days was a pretty...
Happy Days
was a huge...
Oh, yeah.
Three's Company.
Laverne and Shirley.
But as far as life-changing,
Life-changing? All right, I'll go with Happy Days.
Cosby Show kind of...
Cosby Show?
Was just... all the writing became better,
I Love Lucy, I think, was... Well, not a game changer, but it was like the beginning.
I Love Lucy was amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't... Yeah, it has to be on the list.
Beansy didn't like MASH too much, but he watched it. Okay. Police Squad. Now
Really?
that was a good show.
Really?
Yes.
Are you kidding?
I'm not kidding. I loved it.
Really?
Yeah. They would have...
It was the same episode all the time.
Well, they only made, I think, 8 or 10 of them or something. You can buy the whole series on one DVD. I have it. It's just
the Bionic Man, just because they were losing limbs.
Well, the $6 Million Man.
What did I say?
You said the Bionic Man. The name of the show is The $6 Million Man. And then the name for Lindsay Wagner.
Bionic Woman.
It was called The Bionic Woman, yeah.
I loved her.
She was only $30 million.
She was cool.
She was hot. The Goose says...
Why? Because women make like half as much?
I was joking, yes. The Goose says his favorite sitcom was Wings. Lesbian porn. Smash. It's called Hot Lips. The Return of Hot Lips. Hot Lips and BJ. Because remember BJ Honeycutt. So Hot Lips and BJ.
Anyone who calls their kid BJ, like, have they not been in fourth grade?
There's a bonus trivia question for today's Tuesday trivia. Why was he called BJ? Because he actually explained it in one of the episodes.
Because he gave blowjobs.
Yes, that's exactly. He turned to Hawkeye and said, I give blowjobs, Hawkeye.
Because his dad was a junior. Like his dad was named the same name, like Benjamin John. And so they didn't want to call him Ben, so they just called him BJ.
You are incorrect.
Oh.
His mother's name was B. His father's name was J. So they named him BJ. It didn't stand for anything.
That's awful.
That was the explanation that he gave on the show.
That's just awful.
Because they all had a running bet what BJ stood for, and nobody knew. So they were all taking guesses. And why I remember this, I have no idea. It's so weird to me how we can't remember important things that happened yesterday. But I can tell you what BJ stood for on a show that's been off the air for almost 40 years. Mm-hmm. A show that's been off the air since I was
7.
So 39 years. So that would be 1981, 82. No, 39 years would be 1983. Excuse me. A show that's been off the air since I was 13. And I can tell you the meaning of the character's name. I am pathetic.
No, you're not.
I'm going home.
I like that about you.
Ladies and gentlemen, we hold in our hands this week's Tuesday trivia. The way this works, if you're new to it, Sally and I are going to take turns asking random trivia questions. We do not know each other's questions. We're going to try and stump each other, and we're going to try and stump you. There is no rhyme or reason to these questions, no theme. We're just asking random trivia questions. What you're going to do is answer these questions in the comment thread below, next to you, wherever the comment thread is. Put in your answers. We're going to ask each question without giving the answer. We're going to ask all the questions. Gives you time to throw your answers in the comments. Then when we're done with the questions, we go back, we ask them again, we go over your answers and each other's answers, and then we give you the correct answers. No rhyme, no reason, no prizes, no nothing. It's just for fun. It gives us an opportunity to make fun of you, which we love doing. Carol Miner, I am always amazed how much crap Tony has the knowledge of with obscure things.
But they're interesting things. Like, it's definitely a compliment that she's saying that. It's interesting things. Well, too bad. We like it.
B and J, that's interesting?
Yes.
There's nothing interesting about that at all.
Absolutely.
No way.
Yes.
Question number 1, Sally O'Neill.
Who won the only Oscar nomination for acting in Star Wars?
Who was the only person to win an Oscar for acting in Star Wars?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going with Alec Guinness. I have no idea if that's correct or not, but that's who I'm going with. James Thompson, aside from Ghost Dad, Bill Cosby's greatest cinematic contribution were his televised courtroom hearings. What did Plagano say? Plagianos, you win, Mr. Smarty Pants. What did he say?
Lesbian porn mash.
No, that was Fremder. Oh, or is she just conceding to Plagianos already because he always wins the trivia?
Oh, really?
Yeah. I don't know, I'm guessing. Fremder says, thank you for explaining the rules of Tuesday Trivia. I do that every week. You never know if somebody new is watching.
Sarcastic that you go through such detail.
Oh, well, too bad.
Too bad.
Who was the only American president to remain a bachelor his entire life?
Is it multiple choice?
Yeah, pick any president.
There are 48 multiple choices.
Well, pretty much.
Or whatever it is. Is it a one-syllable word?
Like Cher? What do you mean?
Yeah.
What?
The last name.
Oh, the last name. No.
Oh.
Who are you thinking?
I can't think of the one that I was thinking.
I can't think of the one that I was thinking.
Um,
That's one of the greatest things you've ever said. I can't think of the person I...
Well, I was going to try to work it out in my head because the one that I was thinking about was a one-syllable word. But now that it's over, I'm not going to try because I want to use my brain cells for something else. No. What's like someone born, I don't know, much further up? That's just one syllable.
I can't think of any off the top of my head.
Harden.
That would be 2 syllables.
I know, but now I'm answering the question.
Oh. Harden?
Something like that? That's not a president.
I don't think so. Oh, there's a Harding.
Harding.
Yeah. Is that your answer? Harding?
No.
Oh.
He's the only one who they think was gay. He's like a little short guy, but I don't know. So I'm just going to go with little short guy.
Little short guy.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, President Little Short Guy.
Okay. All right. Put in order of youngest to oldest. There's going to be 4 singers. So you have to say from youngest to oldest their age.
Singers? Are they related?
No, they're just singers.
Oh, all right.
Okay, ready? Remember Tiffany?
I do. She posed in Playboy.
Nice. Janet Jackson.
Okay.
Gwen Stefani. And Carney Wilson. So put them in order of youngest to oldest.
Carney
Wilson, Gwen Stefani, Janet Jackson, Tiffany.
All right. I'm doing Carney, Janet, Tiffany, Gwen.
Okay.
Carney, Janet, Tiffany, Gwen. Carney, Janet, Tiffany, Gwen. Carney, Janet. In the early days of baseball, how many balls were required for a batter to draw a walk? Not how many balls in your mouth like we were talking about before. How many balls were required for a batter to draw a walk in the early days of baseball?
Isn't it 4?
Now it's 4. It wasn't always 4.
Then I'm going to go with 3. They
Sallie
did
goes
3
3.
strikes, 3 balls.
All right.
Who, while struggling to become an actor, became a chauffeur driver for strippers in a limousine?
Nice.
And it's a multiple choice.
Okay.
Was it Brad Pitt? Was it Mary Louise Parker? Was it Jamie Foxx? Was it Lisa Kudrow?
God, I hope it was Lisa Kudrow.
When they were struggling to become an actor, they were a chauffeur driver for strippers in a limousine.
I thought Lisa Kudrow was the hottest of the girls and Friends.
Yeah, you always say that.
And she still looks good to me.
So Lisa Kudrow, Jamie Foxx, Mary Louise Parker, Brad Pitt.
I'm going with Jamie Foxx. I got another sports question. In bowling alley slang, what is a turkey?
Oh, I know this.
Okay.
Is it when you get like 3 strikes in a row?
Are you asking me or telling me?
I'm asking you.
Well, I can't answer you.
I'm going to stick with that.
All right.
Okay.
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 And they fucked you at the drive-thru. Okay.
We've been watching a lot of Lethal Weapon. So we just, next week, we just have
We only
4?
have 1 left. Why did we start this?
I don't know. I just wanted to.
The past few weekends, we've been watching 1 Lethal Weapon movie each weekend. You know what we could do? Yeah, because we have 1 left.
Uh-huh.
And then after that, we could always try watching the series, which I've never seen.
There's a... Really? I didn't even know
Yes.
there was one.
Oh, you don't remember that? It started right around the time we started this show, and we used to talk about it.
No.
It was Murtaugh was played by the Wayans brother, who's I would say probably the most popular one. Marlon? Whatever his name is. He played Murtaugh, and Riggs was played by, I don't know, it was, if I'm not mistaken, he was an unknown guy. But what happened was, and I remember Eric telling us about it, because he watched it.
Did he like it?
He actually liked it. Yeah.
Okay.
But what happened was the two actors didn't get along.
Oh.
And it got so bad that Wayans demanded that other guy get fired. But Wayans had it already by this point. So they fired the guy, but then Wayans quit anyway.
Oh, wow.
Which is a real dick move. So then they had to bring in two different characters.
Yeah.
Because these guys, and so then it just fell apart. So it only lasted maybe a season or two. But yeah, Eric said he liked it.
Okay. All right,
so
yeah.
maybe we'll check.
I like the
if I
stuff
can
he
find
likes.
it. I don't even know if I can find it.
I think Eric turned me on to Cobra Kai.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Because he's gay?
Because he's gay.
Yeah.
All right. So back to actors and actresses. Which isn't a Ukrainian American actor? And it's multiple choice. So I'll give you 4 actors.
James Belushi is Albanian.
That is not part of the question.
That was Wag the Dog.
Oh, yeah. That's right. All right. So Kirsten Dunst, Jack Palance, Natalie Wood, and I always get confused with how to say her name. Is it Mila Kunis? Mila?
I think it's Mila.
Mila Kunis. So Mila Kunis, Natalie Wood, Jack Palance, or Kirsten Dunst. Who isn't Ukrainian?
Kirsten Dunst was in Wag the Dog.
Was she?
Yeah, she's the little girl carrying the...
No way, that was her?
The calico kitten.
With the little kerchief?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. Well, it can't be Jack Palance or Natalie Wood because they're dead. So they're nothing.
No.
I'm going to go with Jack Palance. What word starts and ends with the letters U-N-D?
Union? U-N-D? So
Union
starts and ends. And how many letters are in the word?
A bunch.
U-N-D?
Yeah.
And then it ends U-N-D?
Yeah.
Oh, I suck at this. Well, you can't give me spelling questions.
I don't think you would even screw up the spelling.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not good at this. I can't see it. You know who would probably answer this question like this? Lisa Storms.
Well, no, I'm not asking to spell a word backwards. But yeah, we got to get her back in here.
So it starts with U-N-D, ends with U-N-D. I don't know.
Are you here Thursday?
Do I have to be here Thursday?
No, you never have to be here. I think Mike Kaplan's coming in.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's nice.
That's nice.
I won't be here Thursday. Not that I don't love Mike.
Don't look up there. Don't look up there.
Yeah,
Don't
that's
look
cool.
up there. Don't look up there.
I wouldn't, but I've never been able to do it.
All right, so you're
I already
cheating.
said I can't do it.
All right.
So I'm not going to say the word.
All right.
But yeah, my brain does not work that way. I could never do that. My turn?
Your turn.
All right. According to all Billy Joel fans, what is the only acceptable Billy Joel song to skip on Alexa?
Say that again?
According to all Billy Joel fans, what is the only acceptable Billy Joel song to skip on Alexa? Where you're like, okay, skip to the next song.
This must be the worst question you've ever made up.
Everyone knows the answer to this, though.
They do?
Yeah. Not crazy Billy Joel, the ones that like all the B-sides. Just like your average Billy Joel fan.
Your average Billy Joel fan. So this would be one of his hits that nobody likes?
Or not that he they don't like, but
They're sick of it?
yeah.
Well, I'm sick of Tell Her About It, and I'm sick of Piano Man.
Tell her about it. I love that song.
I'm even sicker about it now.
How do you not love that song? It's about like sharing how you feel with the person you love, and you don't like that.
It's not a bad song. I'm just sick of hearing it. I've heard it too much
every day.
I like the song. I like it. I used to like it a lot. I just heard it too much. Piano Man, one of the best songs ever. I'm just tired of hearing it. Most people are sick of Uptown Girl. I still love that song.
I'm sick of it.
Yeah, see, there you go. All right, I'll go with... All right, I'm going to agree with Carol and go with Uptown Girl.
For some reason, Joe wants to say push, push in the bush. Does that mean anything to you?
Well, that's a song.
I know, but...
Not a Billy Joel song.
Right. Your turn?
My turn. How many U.S. states and their capital cities have names that begin with the same letter?
Again with the spelling questions. Do it again. Oh, like Alabama's capital is afterthought.
Yes.
Whatever.
Yes.
So that's what you mean? Okay.
Yes.
Oof, jeez. Is this something people know? Or you just have to like go through and think about all 50 states?
Well,
would you have known it?
Would I have known it? Yeah, I probably would have actually. Because I used to be able to name all the capitals of all the states when I was in elementary school.
Yeah,
I could
Sam
name
could
them
do
all.
it too.
I couldn't do it now. But
Neither
I could
can
probably,
Sam.
I bet you I might be able to do half, actually.
I'm always surprised that the capital has nothing to do with the best city in the state. I always thought it was like the best city in the state. And it usually is like some off, I don't know.
Well, I'm not asking you to name them. I'm just saying how many states have that.
3.
3. Okay.
Now we're on the racy one.
Now on the racy one.
What
You're
animal,
racy.
land or sea, are known for their intelligence, promiscuity, and absurdly dexterous penises? They have a prehensile penis, which means it can swivel, grab, and grope much like a human hand.
Wow.
Yeah. And their sex only lasts 10 seconds, but they can come multiple times in an hour.
You're talking about the Tony Walker animal.
You want me to read it again?
Simi Comac Voon.rent.
Who wrote that?
I don't know. Those weird things come up every day on the show. I have no idea what that's about.
So what animal, land or sea, are known for their intelligence, promiscuity, absurdly dexterous penises? They have a prehensile penis, meaning it can swivel, grab, and grope, much like a human hand. And their sex only lasts 10 seconds, but they can come multiple times in an hour.
I was thinking whale, but I'm changing. Because you said something about them being smart, right?
Intelligent.
Yeah, so I'm going with dolphin.
Dolphin.
What?
Dolphin.
What was that?
I don't know.
Oh. Dolphin. All right. Apparently, when Captain Cook visited the kingdom of Tonga.
Wait, Captain Cook.
Captain Cook.
Is that like, who's Captain Cook?
He's the...
Is that from Peter Pan? Who's that? Who's the guy from Peter Pan?
That's Captain Hook.
Oh.
And that's a fictional character.
That makes more sense. Captain Cook. What year are we talking?
Captain took your brain.
What year is Captain Cook?
Apparently, when Captain Cook visited the kingdom of Tonga in 1777.
Oh, 1777. All right.
King Fatafehi Paula had been busy fulfilling what he believed to be his royal duty of taking the virginity of every woman in his kingdom.
Ew.
Roughly how many women did he have sex with in his kingdom? Is it 370? Is it 3,700? Or is it 37,000?
3,700.
You say 3,700.
That's gross.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, we're done. We're going to go back Ask the questions again.
And virgins, too. Like, he raped his whole village. What a fucking asshole. Glad you're dead, Captain Hook's guy. That's awful. Now I'm just mad.
It wasn't Captain Cook that did it.
I know. I said guy.
Oh.
His guy.
All right. Go ahead.
Okay. Who won the only Oscar nomination for acting in Star Wars?
Kirsten said Ford. Me, Johnny, and Beansy said...
You're on the... Ford is the...
What?
Who's... Okay, sorry.
What?
I thought Ford was the president's question.
Harrison Ford was an actor that
Got it.
was in some of the Star Wars movies. You may have seen him in... Ford said Kirsten. Lambros and Beansy and myself said Alec Guinness. And I think that's it. Oh, Fremder says Chewbacca. You ever see that when MTV, they do their movie awards and they gave a lifetime achievement to Chewbacca?
Did he just go...
Yeah, pretty much.
That's funny.
And then they also, in another year, they gave one to Clint Howard.
Who's that?
Ron Howard's brother. That's in, all of Ron's movies.
Oh, yeah.
You don't know who I'm talking about?
No.
Really? You don't know who Clint Howard is? He's in all of his brother's movies. He's awesome. I'll have to show you.
Okay.
You'll know him when you see him.
Anyway, the answer is... You're right. Alec Guinness. Who...
Clint Howard. And he was on Star Trek.
Oh, yeah. Wasn't he in that show with the bear?
BJ and the Bear?
No.
Ask him where he got his name from. What show with the bear?
I don't know. Yeah, maybe I don't know him. He hasn't aged well. Okay, so... Wasn't I just saying the other day that Alec Guinness was like my favorite actor of any Star Wars ever created?
You did. You said that to me.
Yeah.
Yep.
I loved, like, the whole movie to me was how cool Obi-Wan Kenobi was. All the other guys I didn't give a crap about. I was sad when he died.
In the movie or in real life?
Real life.
Who was the only American president to remain a bachelor his entire life? Kirsten said Grover Cleveland. Sallie said little short guy.
Well, what's the guy's name? Then I'll look up and see how tall he was.
Andrew Fremder says Abe Lincoln Vampire Hunter. Carol said Madison. Lambros says James Buchanan. Beansy says James Buchanan. Carol then changed her answer to Buchanan.
So I'm guessing it's Buchanan.
It was James Buchanan who preceded Abe Lincoln as the nation's chief executive, serving from 1857 to 1861. And yes, a bachelor his whole life.
Does it say if he's a little short guy?
It does not.
I'm going to look up James Buchanan's height. I'm totally wrong. He was 6 feet tall.
That would not be him then.
That's not him. Who's the guy that they say was gay?
I don't know.
Was that him?
I don't know.
All right. Anyway. My turn.
Yep.
No, we're done, right? Oh, no.
Were you serious just now?
I thought we were still asking questions. I'm like, I already did the question. Put in order from youngest to oldest. Tiffany, Janet Jackson, Gwen Stefani, or Carney Wilson?
I said Carney, Janet, Tiffany, Gwen. Carney, Janet, Tiffany, Gwen. Kirsten said Carney, Gwen, Tiffany, Janet. Wow.
Both of you are wrong.
I'm wrong too?
Yeah, what else you got?
Beansy says Tiffany, Janet, Gwen.
Wait.
What?
Do it again.
He said Tiffany, Janet, Gwen. He didn't even finish it all.
I know, but he's already wrong.
Pagano said Janet, Tiffany, Carney, Gwen.
Nope.
Is there any Fremder? Carney, Janet, Tiffany, Gwen. Sounds like some of DJ's friends. Oh my God. I don't think anybody else answered it.
It's Tiffany, who's 50. Gwen Stefani, who's 52. Carney Wilson's 53. Janet Jackson's 55.
Oh, you wanted youngest to oldest?
Yes.
I went oldest to youngest. Oh, so Janet, how old is Carney Wilson?
53.
Oh, that's it?
Yeah.
Wow.
So what was yours again?
So going, all right. So
yeah, going oldest to youngest.
Oldest to youngest, I went Carney, Janet, Tiffany, Gwen.
You were completely off in every way.
No, I wasn't.
Yeah, because Gwen is 2 years older than Tiffany.
She's 2 years older than Tiffany?
Mm-hmm. Tiffany's the youngest.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
But Tiffany was around in like the... What's happening over there?
Team viewers sending me a message. Okay, team viewer.
But Tiffany was around in the 80s. I mean, she was young at the time, but...
Yeah, she was like a little teenager.
All right, shut up. Where are we here? Oh, okay. In the earliest days of baseball, how many balls were required for a batter to draw a walk? Sallie said 3. Kirsten agrees. Beansy says 6. Blageno says 2.
Blageno said 2.
Calm down. You're thinking about 2 balls. And I think those are all the answers. 9. It was 9. The number was reduced little by little until 1889 when it became 4.
Oh, really? It was all the way to 89?
1889.
Oh, okay. I was like, wow. How did I not notice that while I was playing? No way.
All those years you played, you didn't realize.
Look at all these balls.
Well, you said that the other night at the Circle Jerk.
All right, I go. Who, while struggling to become an actor, became a chauffeur driver for strippers in a limousine? Was it Brad Pitt, Mary Louise Parker, Jamie Foxx, Lisa Kudrow?
I said...
Which one? Oh.
Yeah, why does that keep bouncing around? What's happening there?
I don't know, but I don't feel like learning more from Team Viewer right now.
I said Jamie Foxx. Plagano said Lisa Kudrow. Kirsten said Mary Louise. Beansy said Brad Pitt. Comedian Johnny Lambro says Brad Pitt. That job is now taken by a fat pizza guy who thinks he's funny. Oh my goodness. I didn't read that in advance. I would trust him. I think I'd trust his pizza before I would trust his driving.
Yeah.
I would not want him driving me anywhere.
No.
Fremder says SpongeBob. All right.
Okay. So the answer is Brad Pitt.
Oh, really?
Yeah. He said, my job was to drive them to bachelor parties. I'd pick them up, and at the gig, I'd collect the money and catch the girls' clothes.
Can you imagine somebody who, like, with the looks of Brad Pitt as a limo driver to bachelorette parties? You know how many women he must have had? So even before he was famous, he must have had so many women.
Yeah, he must have just, like, had the door open in the limousine for whoever wanted to walk in.
All these drunken bachelorettes, looking to have a little fun that night, and they see him.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness. Hate that guy.
He's had a full life.
I bet he... So when you were getting married and you had... What'd you do for your bachelorette party? Did you have one?
No.
You didn't even have one?
No.
Why?
I don't know.
You didn't want one? So if someone said to you, "Hey, you're getting married on Saturday," Thursday night.
If you're going to marry someone, why do you take the week before to go look at other guys? Like, maybe you shouldn't be getting married if that's what you feel you need to do.
That's fun. It's your last time. It's your last day as a single person to do whatever you want. Why not?
Well, but you can't, though, because you're engaged.
Well, I'm not saying you got to have sex with the guy. You asked, why would you go look at
Well,
somebody?
you're about to ask me if I would have had sex with Brad Pitt, so you are asking that.
No, I was actually going to ask your reaction. If you were getting in, I swear to God, if you were getting into the limo and you're drunk and it's your last week of freedom and you see a guy who looks like a guy with the looks of Brad Pitt.
I would say, sweet Jesus, why are you testing me?
And then you're like, screw it, I'm going to do it.
I'm going to do it.
Do it. In bowling alley slang, what is a turkey? Sallie said 3 strikes.
Was that right?
Carol said 3 strikes. Kirsten says 3 strikes.
I hope they didn't follow me, because
Beansy says 4 strikes. But Janos just says in a row. Or did he answer it previously? I don't see it. Okay. Beansy says... Oh, Beansy corrected himself, said 3 strikes. He said, he pressed 4 by accident. It's okay, Beansy. It's okay. It's not the number of balls that count, just the size of the bat being used, says James Thompson. 2 balls on the base, grass on the field. I gave her my Louisville, says Fremder. Yes, it is 3 strikes. The term dates back to the late 1800s when bowling alley owners presented live turkeys around Thanksgiving and Christmas to the first member of a team to score 3 consecutive strikes.
Sammy's going to be so proud of me that I got this right.
But will she? I wonder if she knows the history.
No, but she would know that.
I don't even think I told you this. I don't know if Eric was drunk or what, but the other night he texted me at like midnight, and he was showing me his bowling score, and it was a 133. So I sent him a picture that I took from 2 weeks prior. It wasn't one of Sammy's games. She was just practicing. First game she got a 200. Second game she got a 210.
Yeah.
So I didn't even say anything. I just sent that back to him. I think he even said when he sent it to me, I think he said something like, I'm better than Sammy, or I can join her team, something like that. And he sends me a 133. So I sent him back a 210. And he's like, never mind.
Yeah.
So yeah, 3 strikes is a turkey.
But why do they call it that? You said why the name for that?
Because
I wasn't listening at all. But I do want to know.
Well, then you should have listened the first time.
I can't always listen all the time. Like, sometimes people think of other things while someone's talking. It's just fact. So that was one of my moments, and now I just really want to know the information. Please tell me.
No, I'm not telling you. What the hell?
Don't make me look it up myself.
I like to look up yourself. Bowling alley owners in the 1800s would offer up live turkeys to someone who would get, if you can get 3 strikes in a row, I will give you this live turkey.
You think that's true? Just
now we
silly.
regret telling you again.
Yeah, seems like a random thing. Okay. All right. Which isn't a Ukrainian actor? Kirsten Dunst, Jack Palance, Natalie Wood, or Mila Kunis?
Oh, you're asking who's not?
Yes.
Oh.
They're all Ukrainians, but one of them isn't. You could change your answer.
I had said Palance. Yeah, who cares? I'll stick with it. Plagano said Mila. Carol said Minor. Fremder says Putin. Beansy said Mila. Pronounced Mila.
Is it Mila?
That's what John Ambrose says.
Thank you.
Pronounced Mila. They're all saying Mila.
It's not true, though. Kirsten Dunst is from Germany.
Oh.
She's
from Germany or just Germany descent?
Like, I think they were born.
Oh.
Or just like really, not just like I say I'm Irish. I don't have anything to do with Ireland.
Right, that's what I'm
It's
asking.
like, yeah, like.
What was that?
Like,
it's like
Mila, like that's where she was born.
So all those actors were born there except for Kirsten Dunst?
Well, Kirsten was born in German.
Right.
But I don't know if they were like born there, but they were like, that's how they say I'm Ukrainian. Like it's very important to them.
They spent like part of their life there, or they're just Ukrainian descent?
I think I guess I can go back and research each family, but I don't know. I don't know the answer. It was just an article. It was like, Ukrainian actors. So
wow.
I just thought it'd be an interesting question. But yeah, Jack Palance actually had a thing on, I think it was the Oscars or one of the awards where it was like years ago, and he wouldn't accept an award because it was a Russian award. He's like, if the last thing I am is Russian. And just because of like that's how strongly he feels about being Ukrainian.
The Russians wanted to give him some kind of an award, and
someone wanted to give him like an award for some Russian thing.
Wow. What word starts and ends with UND? Everybody but Sallie got it. Fremder. Und. That's funny. Und. Turkey is the meal of a 48 bachelor. Turkey is the meal a 48-year-old bachelor eats at the bowling alley at 4 p.m. Thanksgiving Day. Usually it's a hot dog with a side of nachos.
Yeah.
So yes, it's underground.
According to all Billy Joel fans, what is the only acceptable Billy Joel song to skip on Alexa?
Plajanos and Carol said Uptown Girl. Beansy, push in the bush. Kirsten says, I'm moving out. Johnny Lambros is yelling at me. How can you be sick of Piano Man? It's a great, great song, but it's just played all the time, way too much. I'm just tired of it. That's all. I'm not saying it's not a bad song. But how can you be sick of it? Because every radio station plays it over and over. At Citi Field with the Mets, they play it. Billy Joel, I think that's the one song he's played in every single one of his concerts.
Because he has to. He's sick of it, too.
Beansy says Hotel California. Lambros says Gangnam Style. Then he says WAP. White ass pussy. Then he says In the Club. What answer do you have, Sallie?
Piano Man.
Ooh. So you're going with... Are you going with Billy Joel fans, or are you going with one particular Billy Joel fan?
No, I did not make this question for you. It's everyone. Like, if you're sitting around and you're going to skip a song, no one minds that you skip that.
Fremder says, Tony, Joel, Billy Walker, it's all Gov's radio to me. We talked about that with Elliot yesterday, how I look like Billy Joel.
Yeah.
How many U.S. states and their capital cities have names that begin with the same letter? Sallie said 3. Kirsten said 7. Beansy said 6. Plajano said 1. Fremder says, out of the 53 states, I'm not sure. Okay. Dover, Delaware. Indianapolis, Indiana. Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. And Honolulu, Hawaii. And yes, I said that wrong. Honolulu, Hawaii. 4 states.
If we didn't buy Hawaii, I would have got the answer right.
If we didn't buy Hawaii?
Yeah. Because then the answer would be 3, which was my answer.
Oh,
Stupid Hawaii screwed me up.
Stupid.
Thanks a lot, Hawaii.
Stupid. Hello, Joan. Joan just showed up.
What animal, land or sea, are known for their intelligence, promiscuity, and absurdly dexterous penises?
Well, I said dolphin. Kirsten and Joan all agree with me. Beansy, what is that he put up there? What is that?
Elephant.
Oh, it's an elephant? Really?
Yeah.
Andy said a duck. Beansy, yeah, elephant. James Thompson, I want to say Mark Wahlberg, but I'm going to go with dolphin. Fremder says mammoth. All right, what is it?
Dolphin.
Hey! Hey!
Hey!
Apparently, when Captain Cook visited the kingdom of Tonga in 1777,
This question makes me so mad.
King Fatafihi Paula had been busy fulfilling what he believed to be his royal duty of taking the virginity of every woman in the kingdom. Roughly, how many women did he have sex with in his kingdom? 370, 3,700, or 37,000? Sallie said 3,700. Kirsten agreed. Joan says 370. Beansy also says 3,700. Andy Pagano says 3,700. Fremder says because Carol said this is totally a Fremder question. Plagianos just saw an episode of The Streets of San Francisco with Clint Howard as a teen. Yeah, remember he was on Star Trek as a little kid. The original Star Trek. Fremder, Captain Cook sounds like a stand-up guy. Plagianos, Buchanan was the one everyone thought was gay. There you go.
Oh, okay.
Plagianos, she said oldest to youngest. Oh, that's what I thought she
Did
said.
I said oldest to
Dick?
youngest?
Yes. Oh, but then Kirsten says, no, she didn't.
Thank you, because I read it twice.
And then Pajanos goes like this to Kirsten.
Oh, Plagianos was lying to me? Wow, that's cold.
Or maybe he's just, well, no, it's not cold.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what's cold. Not showing up every Friday to see Andy. That's cold.
I do love Andy.
And so can you. Nobody got it right. 37,000. It is estimated that he deflowered 37,800 during his lifetime and never slept with the same woman twice.
What a dick.
37,000 women. That's insane.
How did he die? Did like the mothers of all these like young girls like just murder him?
I don't know.
I would have to kill him in his sleep.
37,000. Goodness gracious. That's all we got. Nice job, everybody, with Tuesday Trivia. Nobody really won,
I certainly didn't. I think
Yeah,
I got
same
one
here.
answer right.
I think I only got one or two. All right, so it's Tuesday. We got Hershey and the Keegs tonight, right?
Yes.
Good Times, Bad Times is next week.
Mm-hmm.
Hershey and the Keegs tonight at 9 o'clock. You'll be here, or am I doing it? You're doing it?
Why? Do I have something to do?
No, I just like to offer because I know 9 o'clock is like,
I'm awake. You have to admit, I stay up a lot later than I used to.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I used to go to bed at like 8:30.
5.
Well, when the kids were little, they're so exhausting that by time like 7:30 hits, you're like, is it still today? Like it can't be still today. So yeah, but I stay up a lot later now.
So Hershey and the Keegs, and what does he call you? Silly Sally?
Yeah.
Oh, you don't like that. Look at you that.
Who wants to be called Silly Sally?
I don't see anything wrong with it. I used to get Tony the Tiger. In fact, who just said it to me the other day?
I used to get Sally Fields the Flying Nun.
Really?
Yeah. I'm like, oh my God. Seriously?
Spell it different, you dickhead.
But then I would just punch the guy right in the face. This was in elementary school.
Who'd you punch in the face? Tell me.
I think his first name was Steven. Can't think of his last name.
Cassiopo?
No.
Yeah, I don't know.
Mm.
How many
fights did I have?
How many people have you punched in the face?
Well, most of the time was just to like defend other people because I have no patience for people picking on other people. Like I can't bear it.
How many people have you hit in your life?
Like punched in the face? No. but tackling and stopping things a lot. Tackling people from like I'm a linebacker. I'll be like airborne. No.
When was the last time you did that?
Oh, this is like all elementary school shit.
So you didn't beat anybody up after that? Like in your adult life, you've never been in a physical
A couple
altercation?
of junior high stuff
Yeah.
because I'm scrappy and a lot of shit goes down in junior high. No, none in like high school. I don't think.
Were you ever turned on by it?
No.
Oh, that's too bad.
Yeah.
Sallie Hirsch and the Keegs. Oh, that's what I'm going to say from now on. Sallie Hirsch and the Keegs tonight at 9 p.m. We are not here tomorrow. It's our day to catch up on life. But Donversations is on tomorrow night at 7:30. And then we'll be back Thursday at 11. I'll be back Thursday at 11. I think Mike Kaplan will be joining me. Yeah, I noticed that too. He's probably mad at me.
We can only hope.
So thanks, everybody. Enjoy the rest of your Tuesday. Us little ones are feisty, says Carol. She says she loves it. Oh, man.
Bye, Carol. Nice seeing you.
I would love to see you and Carol
Oh, just shut your mouth.
wrestle.
Just shut up.
Oh, that would be good.
Shut up.
While I eat the peanut butter chocolate thing from Buc-ee's. Hit her again.
Something's seriously wrong with you.
No, I don't think there's anything wrong with me at all. Enjoy your Tuesday, and we'll see you guys Thursday morning. We'll see you sometime Thursday.
Sometime Thursday.
See you guys later. Thanks.